tree. Let's go! It was getting toward Christmas in the valley of Pine Grove. The wise folk said the old woman in the sky was picking her geese. For the Appalachians mountains lay blanketed with snow. The road wound like white ribbons around the misty blue ridge, tracked by the runners of wagons, sleds, and sleighs. Occasionally, an automobile chugged its way through the silence. Across the ocean, the Great War raged, but in the valley all was at peace. It was getting on toward the Christmas Ruthie would never forget. The Christmas when the village almost did not have a Christmas tree. It happened this way. Lucy told me so. Come, my pretty young, Papa had said one day early in the spring. It is time to choose the Christmas tree for the village church. But Papa, Christmas will not come for a long while, said Lucy. The service trees are just now in bloom. We must choose a special tree and mark it for the coming years. It is the custom in our village, said Papa, for one family to give to all the folk in the village and up every hill and holler a Christmas tree for Pine Grove Church. This year it is our turn. Some years a timbering man will give a fat loud ruler from the North Sea cubs, the kind the outlanders called rhododendron. Other years the holler folk may bring a cedar to spread its fragrance throughout the village church. What kind of tree should we have, Papa? Said Lucy. We should have a balsam Christmas tree, my pretty young one, said Papa. The balsam grows up the lucky courageous where only the venturesome man may go. The balsam is a perfect tree. It grew up high near to heaven. So Papa and Lucy rode on old Petey's back across the high cliffs and along the craggs, looking for the perfect balsam Christmas tree. They rode and rode from early morning until the sun was high in the sky. Finally, they saw it growing on the edge of a high cliff on Grandfather Mountains, all alone, with no other tree around it. Its green color was dark and rich. It was the perfect shape and size. It tip-top pointing up to heaven. This will be our perfect Christmas tree, said Papa. And as it is the custom, the selfsame year you shall be the heavenly angel in the village Christmas play. It is fitting that you should mark the Christmas tree. Papa took the red ribbon from Lucy's coral black curls. He lifted her high in the in his strong arms. "Tie this to the tip top," he said. Then he kissed the dimple in each of Lucy's cheeks. The summer came, and Papa was called away to be a soldier. He went to fight in a war far across the sea. That year the timber was not cut, so Mama had no money to buy coffee, sugar, or clothes for new dresses. Mama and Lucy drank peppermint tea, sweetened with honey. Mama lowered the hems of Lucy's dresses in the little garden, growing vegetables to eat. And every night Mama tucked Lucy into her little bed and listened as she said the same prayer. "Please send my papa from for Christmas," Lucy whispered, "and please have all Nicholas bring me a doll with a beautiful dress, the color of cream, all trimmed with ribbons and lace." One day when the dried corn rustled in the bridge, a package came from Papa. In it were soft silk stockings for Mama and blue stained hair ribbons for Lucy. There was a letter too. "I'll be home for Christmas," the letter said. "The war is finally over. The armistice was signed today." The days passed. Each day Lucy ran home from school as fast as the deer that fed by the stream. "Is Papa home?" she called as she ran up the steps. But every day Mama said, "Not today, maybe tomorrow. He will come on the Twitsy train." The day passed. Lucy listened for the squeaky whistle of the little train. The mountains folk called Twitsy, as it chugged through the valley and up the mountain sides. One day, Mama and Lucy harnessed old Pidy to the sled and went to the station at Pinella. But when the other man from the village stepped down from the train, Papa was not with them. Soon there were only one more day until Christmas Eve. Over at the school, Miss Jenny and her pupils were practicing the Christmas play. The children sang the Aparchican lullaby. Jesus, rest your head. You have got a manager bed. Miss Jenny chose the boy and girl who made me Mary and Joseph. Then she called Lucy's name. "This year you shall be the heavenly angel," Miss Jenny said. "This is the year your papa will give the church its Christmas tree." Miss Jenny helped Lucy climb up to stand on the teacher's chair, so it would look as if she were up in the sky. Miss Jenny showed her how to hold her arms just so. "If you wear a dress with great big sleeves," said Miss Jenny, it will look like you have wings." Mama, said Lucy. as she ran up the front steps that day. "I must have a new dress with great big sleeves. I am going to be the heavenly angel when Papa gives the Christmas tree." "Oh, my pretty young one," said Mamma, "I have no clothes to make a dress with great big sleeves, and I have no money until your Papa comes home." Mamma kissed a dimple in each of Lucy's cheeks and hugged her daughter tightly. That night, the preacher from Pine Grove Church knocked at the door. "Tomorrow is Christmas Eve, Miss Green," he said, "and Tom is not yet home from the war." Chad McKinney had been saving a prime sander on his bottom land for Christmas next. He'd as lief cut the tree this year. "This is the year our family give the tree," said Mamma. "Tom chose it before he went away to war. I had hoped you would heed my wish," said the preacher. "The church must have a Christmas tree when tomorrow comes. Tom is as good as his word. Our family will give the tree this year," said Mamma. Late that night, Mamma wakened Lucy. They dressed in their arm coats, hats, and mittens. Mamma hitched old Piety to the big sled Papa used to haul fire logs down from the ridge. The moon shone silver as Mamma and Lucy made their way up the hill. Lucy carried the lantern. As they came to the dark woods, the winter moon made strange shadows on the snow. "Mamma, I am afraid," said Lucy. "No need to be afraid," said Mamma. "We're off to get the perfect balsam Christmas tree." Mamma began to sing, "I wonder as I wander out under the sky." Lucy joined in the song. Soon she forgot to be afraid. Mamma and Lucy led old Piety and the sled up the hills and across the ridges, but they could not find the perfect balsam. "Papa says the balsam grows high on the rocky craggs up near heaven where only a venturesome man will go," said Lucy. "The rocky crag," said Mamma. "We have a long climb ahead." Slowly they led old Piety along the ridge to the highest crag on Grandfather Mountain. They could see the village sleeping in the valley far below. Finally, at the edge of the highest cliff, they saw the balsam standing alone. "There it is, Mamma," Lucy cried. "See, there's my ribbon, bow tied to the tip top." Lucy ran up the rocky crag, as Mamma and old Piety followed. The blade of Papa's axe shone in the moonlight as Mamma lifted it high. Tock, crack! The sound echoed through the logs and hills. Then Mamma picked up the saw and said, "Take hold to the ends, my pretty young one. Pull as hard as ever you can." Mamma pulled, Lucy pulled. Pull, back and forth until the perfect balsam Christmas tree fell softly into the snow. Lucy and Mamma lifted the tree onto the sleds and tied it there. Then they made their way down the ridge. I saw 3 ships come sailing in on Christmas Day in the morning, they said. Through the snow, they led all the party to the church. Together, they lifted the perfect balsam Christmas tree from the sled and stood it in the corner near the belfry wall. Just as the sun was rising over Joy Hill, they hurried home. Tucking Lucy into her little bed, Mama whispered, "The folks sure have their Christmas tree, and you sure be the heavenly angel this year." Lucy fell fast asleep, but Mama sat alone by the firelight, sewing as fast as her nimble fingers could move. First, she cut the ribbons and raised from a wedding dress the color of cream. From it fashioned a smaller dress with flowing sleeves. Then she took a soft silk stocking, stuffed it with lamb's wool. We stroked it until it was smooth and round. She embroidered it with 2 blue eyes, little black curls, and made a dimple in each cheek. From the scraps of Lucy's dress, she made a tiny dress just like it, all trimmed with ribbons and lace. She dressed the stocking doll in the tiny dress. The sun was high in the winter sky when a knock came at the door. "Good Christmas Eve, preacher's oils," Mama said. "Do come in and spell yourself." "Did you hear the news about the Christmas tree?" the preacher said. A wondrous balsam from up the high crest was found on the belfry porch this morning. Do tell, what's a wonder," said Mama. "And that's not all. It's being told hereabouts that folks who lived up and hear the angels singing high up on the ridge late into the night, and they were singing Christmas songs." The preacher oil. Lucy hid her face in Mama's patchwork quilt so the preacher would not hear her laugh. Daylight was fading when Mama helped Lucy into the prettiest dress Lucy had ever seen. It was made of softest silk, the color of cream, all trimmed with ribbons and lace. It had long flowing sleeves. "If you hold your arm just so," said Mama, "it will look like you have wings." At the church, the ladies of the bailey had decorated the perfect balsam Christmas tree. Reflections of the tiny lead candle in their shiny holders, fastened to the tips of the branches, shone in the windows. Tied to the lower branches of the trees were presents wrapped in pretty paper. On the tip top was a tiny angel. The sexton rang the bell. From up and down the river road, and from all the hills and hollows, the folk were coming to celebrate the Christmas tree. A troll of children sat by the organ. The 3 kings waited outside the belfry door. Behind the bed sheet curtains, Mama helped the little maid put her dolls to bed in the manager's straw. Lucy climbed up and stood on the preacher's big chair. The ladies pushed the bed sheet curtains back. Lucy could see herself in the dark church window. She was careful to hold her arms just so. In her beautiful dress it looked as if she had wings. "Behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy," said Lucy hymnally. When the program was over, Lucy went to sit with Mama on the front pew. Mama held her close. Then the three kings came walking down the aisle, carrying large pails filled with the Christmas tree poles, which each bag contained a soft peppermint stick, some chocolate drops, an orange, and some hazelnut. Behind the kings walked old Saint Nicholas. He carried his toy sack goodie bag with him. Old Saint Nick visited a man corner first. He gave each of the deacons a lump of coral or a willow switch. The folk in the church laughed. Then to all the children who had misbehaved, old Saint Nick gave a willow switch or a lump of coal as well. Lucy had been good that year, so she got a treat pork instead. At last it was time to call the names on the present tied to the tree. Every child in the church received a present. Everyone, that is, except Lucy. A tear slipped down into the dimple in her cheek. Then one of the kings reached to the tip top of the perfect balsam Christmas tree. He lifted the tiny angel down. "Why, Lucy," said old Saint Nick, "this tiny angel looks just like you." And it did. The tiny angel was wearing a dress just like Lucy's. It was made of softest silk, the color of cream. It was trimmed with ribbons and lace. The sleeves were long and flowing, and it looked as if she had wings. The angel's curls were as black as coral, and she had a dimple in each cheek. Lucy hugged the tiny angel and kissed its silky cheek, which felt just like the silk stockings Papa had sent to Mama. The preacher had the benediction, and Saint Nicholas wished to one and all a happy Christmas. Slowly the people began leaving the church. Mama and Lucy walked out the belfry door. Saint Nicholas was standing there. A man in an army uniform stood beside him. "And here is another present for you, Lucy," said Saint Nicholas. But Lucy was so busy looking at the tiny angel that she did not notice until strong arms picked her arm up. "Let me look at you, my pretty young one," said Papa Boyce. He hugged Lucy, Mama, and the tiny angel all at the same time. The village folk gathered around the church steps. Someone from the village began to sing, "Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright." The folk in the village joined in, But Papa, Mama, Lucy, and the tiny angel hardly heard. They just hugged each other some more. And since the time, every year for more than 60 years, a tiny angel has stood on top of the perfect balsam Christmas tree. She wears a dress of softest silk, the color of cream, all trimmed with ribbons and lace. The sleeves are long and flowing, and it looks as if she had wings. The angel had coral black curls and a dimple in each cheek. That's how it happened, the Christmas of the heavenly angel and the perfect balsam Christmas tree. Grandma Lucy told me so. Thank you for the watching. Bye bye.